Hi everyone, Tashed or Mike here with another Crucible School video on PlanetDestiny. So today, we're going to step away from any sort of mechanical skill topic, and we're going to look at something called tilt. This is more a mental skill, and honestly, if you can understand tilt, harness tilt, and defend against it, you're going to be a far better player because of it. So, what is tilt, you might be wondering? Tilt is the emotional and physical response you feel when you are losing. You feel behind, you feel you aren't playing as good as you could be, and a multitude of other things. You see, with tilt, it isn't just one little thing. Tilt can come from multiple different areas, but once it happens, once you have gone on tilt, you are going to see your game suffer. So here's an example. You're playing a bit of Rumble, you're getting killed by the same guy over and over and over again, and all he's using is Thorn and Shotgun, and you are getting mad. You're getting infuriated. You might say an F-bomb or two, start getting, a little amped up, a little crazy, and what happens is, you're not just swearing at this guy and getting, vocally annoyed. Your body positioning is changing. Your hands might be getting a little sweaty. Your mind starts racing, and you start rushing plays you shouldn't rush. See, the reason why this happens is because the cure to tilt is success. It's very, very tough because what's putting you into tilt is not playing well, and the only thing that can fix it is playing well. So everyone seems to rush to push plays to try and get that kill on that guy that keeps killing them, and unfortunately, if you don't get that kill, it just gets worse. When playing Trials of Osiris with Pope Bear the other day, we were trying to get a guy 9-0, get to the lighthouse, get some loot. He's never been there before, and I was really excited to help him. We did great up until the last two games, and in the second last game, I started to go on tilt. I seemed to be missing shots I never should have missed. We lost a game we never should have lost, and I was getting annoyed. Going into the last game, I was a giant baby. I feel so embarrassed about it still, and if you watch my stream, you could see the massive effect that tilt can have on you. I was swearing, I was getting annoyed, I was starting to sweat because I was getting so mad at each death. This ruined our chances of going to the lighthouse, and I can understand in high-stress situations, such as Trials of Osiris, many of you have felt this too. So how the heck do we combat this? How do we stop going on tilt? Well, unfortunately, there is going to be different answers for different people. Myself, I really like to surround myself with positive players, some people that can calm me down. I've always been the guy that gets a bit amped up, that gets a bit angry, and if I don't have someone there to say, Mike, it's okay, just relax, I have a hard time dealing with it myself. Other people, they can take a couple deep breaths, turn off the game for a bit, and come back later. That works for them. But I recommend, if you feel that you're going on tilt, look to fix it before you continue playing. The reason I say this is because your physical game is definitely going to be hindered, but also, you're being toxic. Not only is it affecting your game at this point, but if you're swearing into the mic, yelling, getting all flustered, it's affecting the people around you. I'm sure Pope Bear and the other guy were getting a little bit annoyed with me, and it was probably affecting their gameplay too. And so let's get into toxicity. What is being toxic? How does that affect people? And why does it cause tilt as well? You see, if you're playing a game with that best buddy of yours who unfortunately is very negative, he keeps calling you out and saying, oh, don't do this, oh, don't do that. Sometimes it gets annoying and it can put you on tilt. You don't want to play with people that are going to yell at you and swear at you and tell you that you suck. You need to be playing with people that are going to be positive and amp you up when you're behind. You see, even in a game that is different from Destiny, League of Legends, if you've ever played it, they've done statistical analysis and they've said that people that are toxic lose 23% more of their games. That is a staggering number. That is just proof that if you're a toxic player, that you go on tilt, that you can't handle your emotions, it is going to negatively affect your game. We need to nip it in the bud. Take some deep breaths, get back out on the field in a positive state of mind, and go from there. Honestly, guys, At some point, you have to recognize it's not worth throwing your controller against the wall, and you need to just turn off your system, go for a walk, go knit, I don't care, do something different, get into a better mood, and then try again later. I promise that if you take these tips, you try to relax, and you don't let tilt take over, you're going to have a lot better time, you're going to have a few less gray hairs, and you're going to improve as an individual and as a team with your friends. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thanks PlanetDestiny for having me. If you guys want more PvP content, check out my personal channel, mtashed, and I will see you later, my friends.